Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte. Oh, gee, so I wanted to come at you guys with a quick update. I just got done teaching my class from 8 to 9. A few of you guys that are watching my channel were obviously in there. So I appreciate you guys being in there for the 42nd class. Can you believe that already? 42 classes. So, but I wanted to come with an update. Make sure that like, subscribe, turn that bell notification to all, and make sure to check out my video description to find my ISO headquarters, which I'm going to do a quick update on Algo, but you can find all the update on Algo on my ISO headquarters. And I put a fantastic update on here, and you guys need to see this. Once again, you need to go over to my ISO headquarters. And Algo, I put on my Swing Traders Anonymous, so you can also check it out there as well. But special request from somebody in class asked me if I would do it. So guys, my ISO list. Good. So I put down the ISO 2002 coin list revealed, and Ripple is not the number one. It's number two. Algo with the Algorand network is the number one on the coin list. And I have the top 10 on here. So you're going to have to come in here, watch the video. It's only 6 minutes long. And it tells you so much more than just the top 10. But it's going to tell you a bunch of the information that goes behind this and what the implications of this means. And XDC is either number 4 or number 5. I believe number 5 on the list. So why do I put so much stock in XDC? That's why. It continues to show up on these lists. So go check out my ISO headquarters. You'll get all the up-to-minute, up-to-the-date ISO information, and also some technical analysis thrown in there as well. But there's a lot of information being put out there, and if you need to know what's going on with the ISO, you all need to know, and why those are the coins you need to be buying. So we're going to start real quick with Algo. I've already done a beautiful analysis on Algo. We're in this falling channel. I redid this in class. We have a potential push up out of this falling wedge that we could possibly push up and do something similar to what IOTA did, but it's such a risk that people are itching for a swing trade, but that's a very big risk to think it's going to go up 7 to 12%, which it could, and make a similar move like that. But we're going to finish through, and I wanted to do some technical analysis because I was showing them how to do this falling wedge, but I want to show you guys also how we had this drop, and we can technically be like, all right, well, you know, in the 4 hour, we're looking kind of like a mini bear pennant formed. Or a larger one right here. But we're technically on a much larger bull flag. So all that kind of technical analysis really gets thrown on the wayside when you actually can see the pattern you're in. So, I mean, that's obviously a bull pennant. It's waving. But it looks like it's going to break down out of it. But we can still do, so you can see a technical analysis from before this would have broke down. You would have had it drawn out like this. And then you'll see how it plays into the falling wedge as well. How some of these lines end up being used as certain kind of supports and resistance. It's cool. Once you start to understand this, you can start to play around with this, and then it gives you accurate projections. Notice how I'm releasing these one thing at a time over the months. Now all of a sudden my charts are looking like a fucking mess, because I'm trying to show you all the information. So we've got it done. We've got an apex meeting somewhere around here. I'd say that's pretty good right there. It overlaps with the falling channel as well, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is to get the accuracy of what kind of move we were looking at when it finally decides to do something. This is a rather large flagpole, so when we were talking, you guys remember, this is no secret to anybody who watches my channel. When we first came out and started looking at this, we were thinking we were going to break up based on market conditions. And 315, remember 307, 315, somewhere in that range. Actually up to 320, I think it was, depending on where we actually put this. But for the break up, you were looking at a move around 323 on average. With this current drawing the way it is, but that's a break up out of this bull pennant. We're thinking it's going to break down just because of market factors. And for all intents and purposes, it has. It fell down out of this, and it's in a falling wedge. Now, at the bottom of a falling wedge, it's usually very bullish. So let's just say this falling wedge went down here. It's $1.16, guys. We still got a little ways to go. But this falling wedge could reverse itself at $1.16 is what this technical analysis is saying. Or it's going to continue down the wedge. We can have little pop and fake outs, which we have this little tightening, and this is what I was talking about. We have these little things that are created this sideways. It looks like it wants to pop up for a small move. Like it could pop up, but then it would just break back down into this wedge and continue, you know, it'd get down in there very quickly. It'd probably just be a wick up, back down. But that's what it looks like it wants to do. But if Bitcoin just dips off, then it's not going to do it. But that's an up-to-date, up-to-the-minute algo update. So, hope you guys appreciate that. Bitcoin, we drew it out as well, the falling wedge part of it in class. Well, not in class, but we talked about it a little bit more. But you see how it broke up outside the wedge right now. So if anybody's saying we're in a falling or rising wedge, we're actually in the middle of it right now, still stuck in that bear pennant. We don't have enough evidence to say it's actually a falling wedge, which it is. It absolutely is, because if you just stretch it back, guys, it is. Okay. So let me stretch this back, because if you actually stretch it back, you actually get a lot of things that end up fitting in here very well. There. So you can see how we're starting to, every time we're on the top side of this wedge, we fall back within it. So I would say pretty concurrently or confluently, we're starting to create this falling wedge, and we've been, but we're not technically done with it. But you could also pull it farther out if you wanted to go from all the way out here. And this is the thing, guys. I was doing it in a short term. But if you wanted to flip this technical analysis upside down, which I'm about to delete all this shit and restart with Bitcoin on my next update. But you could have... What the fuck? You could have turned this technical analysis upside down and said that this is where the falling wedge is. And that's your zone. Like you're in a wide trading zone with the falling wedge. You could have said that. And then it would look more like that. And then it would make more sense. And that's probably more accurate. And then this would be pulled up. God, this is so annoying. Could do something like that. So that would be a more accurate... Actually, no, that is not accurate because it has to come over here. No, it doesn't. It can start right here. What am I talking about? That's accurate. See? That's how it's supposed to look. That's the accuracy. That's the real falling wedge. And I'm going to redo this, but I don't want to do it right now because I got to go do nighttime routine stuff. But that's how we get this, guys. And right now we're in a falling wedge. So we're actually within the falling wedge. My bad. So that's why we had to do it for transparency so we could see what was going on. So that's Bitcoin. And then XRP. Guys, we've already talked about this. Unless we pop up into the rising channel, we're still falling. We're in a falling channel. We can go all the way back with XRP confluently, and I'm going to draw a new one out later, but we got to let this play out right now because this is what's important. But I can show you the falling channel later. But it literally, actually I can show you it right now. It just makes this very messy, guys. And this has been going on. This isn't just something that started just now with XRP. This has been going on for quite some time. Oops. So we're going to do it with the arrow, the green arrow, or the blue arrow that I like so much. So, I mean, you can look at this, guys. This is where, man, it's hard to get the points, though, but it's something like that. You could say absolutely that's the channel it's in. And then if you're looking for the other side, you can come start down here. And it's breaking in like that. You could definitely do something like that. And then that's where we get our trading range right now. I know it's very messy, but that's exactly what's going on too. And there's a lot of different things going on. So if you follow it, you got the falling wedge, you got a rising wedge that people want to say we're about, or that we're doing, or we're breaking into, which we're not. We have to get into that pattern that I showed you to be in a falling or in a rising wedge. Right now we are in a falling wedge. You can see it. We're in a bearish continuation pattern. We can go even farther and farther and farther, and it is in a falling wedge. It is what it is. We can't change what we're in. So, it's been very bearish for a long time. Theta, there's nothing for me to add with Theta because it's just trading outside the box. I still think it's going down to 367. I think that it actually has a farther drop, but we have to see how it acts at 367. It's going to go to $4 and then $3.67. I think it can go all the way down to $3.24 though, but we have to get past these levels first and see how it responds. I think we can have a cup and handle way back up there at $10, possibly, if we hit the support structures right and get the proper support if Bitcoin were to make a move. So right now, I'd still be looking at that technical analysis that we drew out. You just have to, you just have to pull this out and then pull this across for your support and resistance. So if it gets back into here, well, then you can start trading like this, Stacy. So that's what I would be looking at with Theta. I wouldn't be changing anything. We just have to extend that out so you can see. But I think this is working on a much larger cup and handle. I really do. We'll see what happens, though. And then Tfuel, we did a great analysis on Tfuel. This is the drop point to 15.4. And honestly, we can absolutely show you the falling channel here, which I'll put it in arrows. But we can come all the way back to here. Actually, we'll come up here first because it's tight. It's tight, and you don't even have to go way up there. You don't have to come like that and be like, oh my God, we're in that channel. We're in the 4 hour. And now it's up to your interpretation, though. But there's one interpretation on this channel that there's no way to misinterpret if you're going to do this. Whoops. You would start right here. Work your line down. And that's your support line on that downtrending downward channel. Downward wedge. So. And then we can come up here. But it's tight. So, I mean, you might have to come up here and break it down into a smaller time frame because of how tight this is. But I would still say we had a kick up right there. If you break it into a smaller time frame, you can see it if you have a trained eye. Sorry, guys. I know this is turning into a much longer update than I planned, but I'm like kind of spinning in my head because I just taught classes and whatnot. So then you have like these down. This is your downtrending, guys, on Tfuel. That's how it looks with Tfuel. That's your downtrending. You've got your overall pennant that wants to fall to 15 cents. And this downtrending channel, it's a bearish wedge. But it's not bullish. This is bearish until the bottom. And it's telling us the bottom of this wedge is going to be to 15.4 according to, you know, the technical targets. So then you just play it across, and that's your trading range. So expect Tfuel to trade down like this, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'd be expecting. So hopefully that helps. And with XRP, man, oh man. XRP is going to be fun to re-diagnose this. I'm going to do it so updated, but I hope you guys are enjoying the updated technical analysis, the way I'm starting to switch things out, and how I'm trying to make it more accurate and a little bit easier for you each to understand. Make sure to hit that like button. Turn that bell notification to all. And make sure to subscribe, obviously, if you're new or returning. And then check out my other channels. Like I said, the ISO headquarters. I put out phenomenal updates. And then Swing Traders Anonymous, I also did as well. Let's see what they're saying on the old Twitter. The dude is truly one of a kind. He definitely has a way of massaging the charts. Oh, Trash Boat. Thank you so much. Like to hear the kind words. And then what's this say? ISO headquarters. Tom, you're the first YouTuber I've seen to say this, and I think it's closer to the truth than all the clickbait and hopium pumped out by Tuber, Twitter, feed washers. If XRP gets classified as a national security to lock retail out, I wouldn't be surprised. Ripple won't care as long as it's not a security. Then the rest is up for grabs. Ripple will carry on making billions with the banksters. XC is as good and somewhat agree, but and it has faster, it does more transactions in the same amount of time. So XDC is actually faster than XRP. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but we don't need to go there. Exactly. What is more important is that R3 core to settler, along with its planned interoperability with all ISO 20022 coins, is a big, I mean really big. XDC and XLM are a bargain price discovery once the gates are full open with. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. XLM is actually, I think XRP is what's pulling the rug over everybody's eyes so that you don't pay attention to XLM. I think what we really are looking for in XRP is right there in XLM, and it's so much cheaper. I really believe it. I'm going to own both, but I believe a larger part of my stack is going to be XLM. I really do. I know I'm the XRP future millionaire, but that doesn't mean I can't make a few changes along the way. XRP is still going to bring us to the promised land, but I believe the wool is being pulled over our eyes so that we don't pay attention to Stellar and XLM. I'm just saying, just pay attention. Go watch my ISO headquarters. There's so much information there, it'll make your head spin. So stay blessed, everybody.